The 2024 adaptation of Salem's Lot, directed by Gary Dauberman, has been met with mixed reactions. It attempts to bring Stephen King's eerie vampire tale to the big screen for the first time, after the story's prior TV adaptations. While the movie stays fairly true to the source material, it makes notable changes, such as reworking character fates and delivering a completely new ending that has polarized fans. Visually, the film shows some creativity, with effective scenes that play on shadows and the scale of the vampire threat, adding tension to the atmosphere of Jerusalem's Lot. However, many critics note that the fast pace prevents the story from fully exploring its characters and the unsettling atmosphere that is central to King's novel. The dense narrative and multiple characters result in some feeling underdeveloped. The new conclusion is a significant point of contention. Some viewers appreciate the action-packed finish, while others feel it sacrifices the subtle, eerie tension of the original story for a more mainstream approach. Fans of the 1979 TV adaptation might find themselves missing the slower, moodier build-up that defined Hooper's version. Overall, Salem's Lot 2024 isn't considered a complete disaster, but it struggles to measure up to its predecessors. It offers moments of excitement and a solid visual style, but it doesn't fully capture the depth and horror of King's narrative. For those curious about this new take on a classic, it might be worth a watch, but it falls short of being the definitive adaptation. Improving Salem's Lot 2024 would involve addressing a few key criticisms that many reviewers highlighted, focusing particularly on pacing, character development, and tonal consistency. Here are some suggestions for how it could have been made better. 1. Expand the running time for depth. One of the most common criticisms is that the film moves too quickly, sacrificing the slow burn tension that defines Stephen King's original novel. Given the novel's expansive story and rich character development, a longer runtime would have allowed the film to flesh out subplots and give more attention to the characters' backgrounds. This would help audiences become more invested in the fate of the residents of Jerusalem's Lot, making their struggles and losses more impactful. 2. Focus on atmosphere and horror. Reviewers noted that while there are some visually impressive scenes, the film lacks the lingering atmosphere that makes horror effective. For a story like Salem's Lot, which thrives on a sense of creeping dread, more emphasis on mood setting and less on rapid-fire action sequences could have better captured the eerie, haunted tone of the town. Drawing inspiration from the 1979 adaptation's ability to use silence and darkness could have added depth to the scares, rather than relying on faster-paced, more conventional horror scenes. 3. Stay true to the original ending. The reworked ending was a significant point of contention. Critics and fans alike felt that the new ending felt out of place and overly theatrical compared to the more ambiguous and unsettling tone of the original. Returning to a more faithful adaptation of King's conclusion could have maintained the unsettling, uncertain mood that stays with viewers long after the story ends. This would align better with the novel's themes of inevitable darkness and the idea that some battles against evil leave lasting scars. 4. Deeper character focus. The novel Salem's Lot is known for its deep dive into the lives of the town's residents, making their descent into darkness all the more tragic. Critics pointed out that the 2024 film often introduced characters quickly, without giving them enough screen time to develop. Spending more time on characters like Ben Mears, Susan Norton, and Father Callahan, and exploring their relationships with each other and the town, could have elevated the emotional stakes and made the audience care more about their fates. 5. Better casting choices. Some reviewers mention miscasting issues, particularly with Pilu Asbæk as Straker. Adjusting casting choices to better fit the eerie, unsettling vibe of the vampire's human accomplice could have made these characters more menacing. Casting actors who bring a more subtly unnerving presence might have enhanced the tension. 6. Addressing pacing issues. The adaptation felt like it was rushing through its narrative beats. Allowing more time for the build-up before the vampire threat fully reveals itself could have added to the suspense. A focus on the gradual realization of the town's danger by Ben Mears and his allies